Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm back with some more 148 tactic. We're going to jump right back into where we left off. Remember, we do have our two submachine gunners or assaulters who are coming in this way. They had just taken out the NCO. They were lucky and got the knife attack in on him. I went ahead and placed a take cover token up here next to our character, the sniper that's up in this little hut, because I wanted to make sure I remembered that he has the camouflage ability, so he gets take cover automatically. Makes him harder to hit, which is good. But here's the thing. We're closing in on them. Their machine gunner's got one more turn, one little pivot he's going to get facing this way, and then he's going to start facing back. And that's not good for us, because as he's rotating around, he's going to be facing over here right as our assault team's starting to move in. Plus, we still have one other guy there and then another one in the back who are still patrolling along this road. Remember, it's a night mission and limited range on eyesight and everything up until they get caught. When it goes live, then lights go up and everything, and everybody's shooting freely. Now, just in case you didn't see it in my previous video, I am doing the random roll for the AI, for the enemy, up until they get caught, until the British guys get caught on the rescue mission. Then this will go away and they will start just reacting normally. My guys are still using the 5 action point tokens that I have each round. So I have to divide that up amongst them to accomplish whatever goals that I'm going for. All right, now let's go ahead and we'll pivot him along. So that's the end of his pivot. He's facing this way, and then I'm going to start turning him back along this direction to patrol around. Again, I'm simulating someone who's doing like a search, right? They're standing up in the tower and they're just panning around, looking at the scenery. He's guarding that church where the prisoner's being held captive. Remember, the Fallschirmjäger are holding him, and while the Volksgrenadier are coming in to get him to take him back to German HQ, and these 4 British Red Devils have to come in and get him out before he gets taken away. Now, this is going to be precarious because we are going to do a random die. But if that one patrols in this direction, he could potentially move far enough to sight these guys, which will cause an activation. All guns start blazing, and this would be bad. I need at least one more turn to get them out of this little hot area, out of the open, get them into cover. That way they could be prepared to open fire, because those Volksgrenadier are coming in very soon, and I do not want them to be in a crossfire. All right, so let's roll for the enemy here. Oh, that's not good. He got 3, which is putting him this way. There's 1, 2, 3. He's going to be about there. Yeah. So he's moved up. He is just out of sight, though. Just out of sight. But he's facing in like this direction. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is going to slow me down. I was hoping I would have a chance to knife him at least and then go hot on the other 2, but I'm not going to be able to do that because he's too close, which means I'm going to have to circle around with these guys, and I don't have enough time. Oh, we're going to have to figure something else out. Okay. We're going to have to go hot sooner than I was planning. And I do have a die tucked down over here to the side. I'm taking it down to remember how many turns I have left before those Volksgrenadier get jumped in. All right, so we've already pivoted him. We moved him. Let's patrol our last one. Oh, damn. Damn. Oh, damn. 5 inches, and he's going in this direction. He's actually going to get on camera for a change. All right, so as you guys can see, he's way back there in the back. He is right next to it. Damn, they are all circled up. We are really going to have to go hot, but I do have a plan for my guys. This one's still in the right place. He's got really, really good cover, good sight lines, and he can pick off the enemy through these trees here from his covered position. These 2 are going to be assaulting in, trying to get, and I'm going to move up my machine gunner. There's just too much in the way over here, including one chewed up damn tree that my cat's got a hold of. The cats have jumped on this table like 2 or 3 times and chewed up my terrain. I am so irritated with that. But anyway, I am going to be moving him forward and circling these guys around. He's going to get 2 movement tokens. He's going to get 1 and he's going to get 2 so they can move as best as possible. And I'm going to lay this out so I know the range that I have to stay away from. Something you do need to keep in mind when you're moving your units is that you only can apply 2 action tokens towards movement. So you can't give one guy like all 5 action tokens as movement to try to sprint him across the board. It doesn't work that way. You can give him up to 2 in one turn. All right, so I put the machine gunner back in the tree. That way he has some sight lines where he can get some shots off. I'm probably going to move him up one more time, probably into those barrels way back over there. That way he can start putting out some suppressive fire probably on the next turn. Our other 2 guys are running across the road. They're getting across this danger zone right here, trying to stay out of line of sight. I really need this far German soldier not to patrol this way any farther. I need him to go back on the next turn. That way maybe they can run up, get into cover, and then shoot on the turn after that, because that's going to be about the time the Volksgrenadier is showing up. So it's going to go hot real soon. All right, let's continue on. We're going to pivot this one guy back just a little bit as he makes his traversal on around. And we're going to roll for our other 2 Germans, see where they patrol. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. First one got 4 inches back in this direction, which means he's going to go on the road roughly to about here. And he's facing that direction. That is perfect. I mean, now he is pointing towards my machine gunner, but he's still out of range for line of sight just until, again, it goes hot. Then they will have line of sight and be free to fire and all that good stuff. Oh, this is going to be interesting. 2 inches this way. That's just going to move them up to about yay. So these 2 are very close to each other. And now this could work. I can get my guys moved up exactly where they need to be to make the assault, and then we'll kick off on the next turn. All right. Yeah. They're easily going to have the range, the movement to get over here, which is where I want them. So 1 tucked right here, kind of on the corner of the log pile, and same with this guy. Again, kind of tucking around that log pile, just peeking around the corner. Now I've got 1 action token left, and I'm debating, should I use it or should I wait until the following turn, because I've got such a good place. All right, so where is my machine gunner here? My machine gunner could do suppressive fire. So if I put a suppressive fire token, which is one of these, right here, that's going to hit both of those guys. He has a small suppressive fire range, but it will work for him to hit both of those guys, and he can maintain it by himself. Normally, you need 2 units to maintain suppressive fire, the amount of fire to force the enemy to put their head down. He can do it by himself, but he can do it by himself as well. But if he does that, he puts them into that position. It makes them to where they don't want to move, they don't want to shoot, they don't want to do crap. But I don't know, I want to do that. I could also do opportunity fire, right? Using these tokens. And basically, if the enemy moves or does anything in that zone, that area, you get to pop off a free round at them. Now, that's a thought too. All right, here's what we're going to do. No guts, no glory. I got to do something. I know things are going to kick off on the next turn, so might as well. We are going to do our suppressive token, but I'm going to have the machine gunner suppress their machine gunner. That way he cannot fire, and it will prevent him from being able to put out that heavy volume of fire against my assaulters. Hopefully they will be able to take him out before they push forward, before the Volksgrenadier get in, and they can try to get on the enemy. But now that they have attacked, they have showed themselves, that means we have gone hot and everyone's reacting. So they have their 5 action points now. They actually get to use their tokens, and we will no longer be using the random die. They can see everyone, they can react, they can do everything. Oh, and I need to correct something. It's not 2 movement actions, it's 3 movement actions. You can do up to 3 movement actions on a single turn with a single character. I did state that wrong. It's not 2, it's 3. All right, so here's what we're going to do with the enemy tokens. To kind of simulate what's going on, I am going to have the machine gunner take cover, right? So bullets firing at him, he's blah, blah, blah. He's taking cover just out of habit. We're going to spend an action point on that. That way he is getting that bonus. So the way it's going to work in this game is it's real easy. You either hit, if they're out in the open, on a 4, 5, or 6 on the roll of a d6. If they're behind cover, partial cover, so if you're behind a building, you can't be seen, that's full cover, you can't get shot at, period. If you're behind partial cover, that applies a +1. So now you're only going to get hit on a 5 or 6. And then if there are multiple pieces of partial cover between you and the target, they each add +1. You do have the option, though, to take cover like our machine gunner did here, and that applies a +1 on top of it. So you could be out here in the middle of the road, and that's kind of signifying the fact that, oh shit, taking fire, and boom, you hit the ground. Does make you a little bit harder to hit. So you can take cover out in the middle of just the open, but you do have to have that action token. So that's how in this game, it does behoove you to hold on to an action token or two during that enemy phase. That way, if your character gets shot at as they're moving up, you can take that take cover action and give your troop a little bit better chance to survive. Sure, these other guys, we're going to be doing a little moving and shooting with them. So now they know they're under attack. They are both going to dart around. Let me see what type of movement they've got. Each one of these guys has 4 movement points. I want to get them into some type of cover. He's easy. He's just going to duck around here behind the car. He's not as easy. This guy will have a clear line of sight on him. Where can I put him? All right, we're going to have him assault forward into the enemy. So he's going forward, and he's going to be shooting at the machine gunner that is now firing at their machine gunner. And he'll probably fire at one of these assaulters over here. So partial cover for him. He is right adjacent to his partial cover, so it's not going to count against him for taking the shot. So 1 shot going here, 1 shot going against the machine gunner. All right, and in benefit to the enemy, both of them are going to be considered short range because it's under 10 units. 10 inches is the measurement I'm going with. So S2 here is 2. Again, S2 here is 2. So each one of them are going to get to throw 2 dice at their targets. Should be both of them. And I should have waited. I'm out of action tokens, so I cannot take cover. So they will be hitting on 5s or 6s here. All right, and for our first shot, and he got a 4 and a 2, so he's a miss. Over here, we're going to have our second guy take his shot at the machine gunner. If he wounds him, that's going to take out that suppressive fire, and that is a problem. And fire! 1. Good. So snake eyes for him, so we don't have to worry about that. So I've got my 5 action tokens. What am I going to do with them? I want to kill and I want to save some for take covers if I need them, because my guys will not maintain luck forever. And I got to remember there's an attack coming this direction in just a couple of turns that I'm going to have to fight through. So basically, after I fight through this, I have to do it again to get out. And that is a problem. All right. Sniper over here is in a good position. These 2 have to push up, which means those 2 have to die. Machine gunner is maintaining suppressive fire on their machine gunner, which is keeping him from firing. But if he takes out the machine gunner, that loses suppressive fire. But if I kill him, then that negates that problem anyway. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to handle this. All right. I am going to spend 2 action tokens here. And those 2 action tokens are just for his 1 shot. And you're going, oh, 1 shot. He's taking aim. When he takes aim, he gets to add his value to that. So he's my sniper. Long range, he's only firing 1 shot, so 1 die. But if I take aim, then I get to add 2 dice to that. So I effectively get a 3 die attack doing this. And you see he only gets to shoot once per turn. So there's no reason for me not to make that the best shot possible. So I am definitely going to do that with him. He's going to fire at their machine gunner in hopes of taking him out. I am going to fire this guy up in that direction. I think I'm going to give the German cover anyway, just because he's the principle was to tuck him behind that car a little bit, give him cover. I was debating to shoot there or shoot there, but I'm kind of hoping I can take that one down, and push this guy up and try to push the attack even further. That way there would be one more left to deal with. All right, but let's spin these one at a time. Let's take our shot against their machine gunner and see what we're going to get. Yeah. And, oh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Bam! 1-4, doesn't matter. The symbol here is a 6 on these dice, so he does get hit. He's not dead, though. Remember, we flip the card, so his stats change. He loses, what is he losing? He loses the ability to take aim. That's what that is there. So he can no longer take aim, and he can only have 3 action tokens instead of the 4 he could have previously. But on top of that, since he was wounded, he gets a wound shock marker, right? That wound shock marker makes it to where where am I going to put this? Put it right there. He doesn't get to activate on his next turn. Basically, he's wounded. He's, oh shit, I'm dying, I'm hit. Ah. And he is not going to be firing or doing anything. He basically loses a round. He still has to take cover, though. Now, I still have 3 action tokens left. What do I want to do with these action tokens? I want to get that guy forward. Which one is this? One of these guys moves 5 inches. Yeah, that's the one that moves 5 inches. So I could get him pretty close to the base of that hill. Yeah, all but to it. Right over there. Getting him on the base of it. And let him fire up at that guy. Or he could do a move and fire at Numbnuts over there out of cover. Now that's a thought. Okay. All right. So if I do that with him, I can't tuck him behind the hill like I was originally wanting, but I can move him up to about there and get a clear line of sight. That's what we're going to do because we got to push this. So he's going to go to about there, and he's doing a move and shoot and firing at dummy. Now I am going to spend one of the action tokens for the enemy on the next round. I'm going to place that next to him so I remember it. And give him a take cover action. That way he is going to be harder to hit and protect him. This way he's only getting hit on 5s or 6s because this guy does get to roll 3 dice. Since he is in short range, he's got that submachine gun. Good chance dummy's going down, so I don't want to take him out. Well, I want to take him out, but I want to give him the best chance of survival I can. So let's roll for it. 1. Bam. Perfect. 2, 2, and 6. Perfect. Perfect. All right. He's also going to get a wound shock marker. And we will flip his card. All right. That leaves me with 2 action tokens remaining. I bet you I could do another shoot and scoot and get into a good position, maybe take out one of these guys. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to move this one up. He's going to the corner of this. Now, that machine gunner is a problem, but he's not a problem yet. He's also doing a short range fire. He also gets 3 die, and he tucked to the side, so same cover. He doesn't get to use it. He still has take cover, though, from the previous one still on him. So he's still getting hit on 5s and 6s. But if he gets hit this time, he is dead. So roll for it. Yes. Perfect. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Got a 5. Bitch, you're dead. Yeah. Leave him there. He's dead. Just like that. Perfect. Perfect. All right, 2 of their guys are down. 1 left is wounded. And I think that's all my action tokens. No, wait. Is that my action tokens? I spent 2 there. 1 there. 1 there. I got 1 left. Because those guys did move and shoot. That's just 1. The only things that cost 2 is throwing grenade costs 2, and effectively take aim. Take aim costs 1, but you have to pay 1 to shoot, so it's effectively 2 action tokens to take aim. All right, let's move up. I got to get up to that building. Yeah. Let's do that. I'm gonna give one of these guys 1 more movements. I should probably shoot him, but it is what it is. I got to get the major. So we're going to go with this guy since he moves faster. Probably have him try to take control of the car. This guy is going up. And he has 5 movement points, but we'll cut that back by 1 because he's going up the hill. So he's basically run up there. All right. So as we finish off my turn here, we have 1 machine gun or submachine gunner here, 1 here. Their guy is wounded. This one's dead, so don't have to worry about him anymore. They have 1 left here in the trees and 1 turn before the enemy's coming in, the Volksgrenadier coming in. This actually seems like a good place to pause it. I was going to try to do 2 videos, but it's probably going to be 3. We'll pick up with the Volksgrenadier coming in. These guys still have to react, but I've got enough. All I've got to do is survive the attack from him. I'm not worried about him because he's wound shocked for the next turn, which means he won't be able to attack. He won't be able to do anything. I've just got to survive his attack. And then the Volksgrenadier are just going to be coming onto the map, which means I have a turn to get the major and then try to get to the car. Problem is, it's going to take that machine gunner a while to get to this car, and they're going to be getting shot up while they're in the car. All right, but we're close. On the next video, we'll figure out whether or not the Red Devils are able to rescue their major, or if they're going to die trying. And just to show you guys, this is what is coming on the board. This is going to be coming on the board. South side down here at the bottom of the road. These guys have walked in and they are coming in to come get that major, but I'm going to pop them in on the farthest down part right down over here. So they're going to be assaulting up in this direction, but this is the direction they got to drive out. So they have to basically do a little rolling firefight through these guys as they're trying to leave. And against them is going to be Eric Koenig. He has a MP40. We have an assaulter who's got the, and I can never remember that, the STG 44, I think, with them. And they also have another guy with an MP40 submachine gunner. And then they've got 1 rifleman with them as well, Dietrich Maya. So these 4 guys are coming in as the Volksgrenadier against the remaining, or not even remaining, we haven't taken any casualties yet, against the Red Devils. Anyway, that's going to be it for me for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys stay tuned. We will finish up with part 3 in the next video. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.